Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan. Good morning. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Let's do it backwards today. Time and range, 71%. No reds. I'm over the 70 mark. Yay. Now, blood sugar right now is at 7.8. It says 7.0. Did a blood sugar was 7.8. Good job. Today I'm kind of happy with my blood sugars. I'm going to behave myself. I want to talk to you today about emotions and how they affect your diabetes. It's been called emotional diabetes burnout. To me, and this is my own opinion, it's being that things seem worse when I have a high blood sugar. Of course, when you're low blood sugar, everything is anxious. I've got to get that sugar. Got to get it now. We talk so often on this channel about keeping your blood sugars in control and how important. But you've got to think about how important is it to your mental health. You want to have pretty much a normal life. You want to have good relationships. You want to help people, and you're not really going to do it when your mental health itself is going to be dragging. Now, what I'm sort of talking about, I'm not talking about severe mental conditions that you might need to go and see someone about. I'm talking about every day. I can remember going to work and high blood sugars, and that day I really did not accomplish anything. So, what's going on? Well, first of all, I think your body just doesn't have the energy. When you're high, oh yeah, I'll get to it. And when you really have to hurry to get to the thing, everything's, and you just sort of complain. No one's really going to want to be around you. But it's amazing. If I get the same day, if I get my blood sugars lower on the scale, then all of a sudden, yes, let's just get this done. So my hair is just a total mess. Now, I'm not going to say that high blood sugars are immediately going to trigger, but it's there. I had a secretary, years ago, when secretaries were sort of still there, and then they became assistants, and now most executives do stuff on their own. Sorry, I just had an interruption there. But blood sugars, for me, I was on about the assistant. She could always tell if my blood sugar was out of whack. If it was normal or even slightly low. I was a cheerful boss, always saying please and stuff. When I was high, I was all, she said I could snap, and I didn't really think anything of it. We just think, oh yeah, we're going on our merry way. Oh, I wish I had a lower blood sugar. And every little thing just gets to you. I first became aware years ago where I was in Lionsgate Hospital here in Vancouver. I was in there, and they finally thought that they couldn't control my blood sugars because I had too much stress in my body. So we had to go see the social worker, and my parents had to come in, and it was just a whole it was decided, well, they thought at first I had too much stress. It was then kind of thought, oh well, you're not having enough stress in your life. And for a long time, it was in my mind, this is a whole bunch of malarkey. You've got to allow your blood sugars to get under control. And if you don't, people are not going to be like to be around you. I can remember eating lunch and then sleeping for half an hour at my desk. I was lucky enough to have a closed office. So, always growing and always learning is important. But knowing how your blood sugars affect you, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. I don't personally like the feeling, I could hear news, and if I have a high blood sugar, oh God, it's the end of the world. If I have normal blood sugars, I think you can deal with things so much better, or I can. Right below, if you have any other, I'll be right back. Sorry, I had an interruption here. But emotions can play a part. And you may find that when you're high blood sugar, people aren't really going to want to be around you. My assistant secretary, whatever you want to call it, came up and said, maybe you need to test. And if I was high, I'd take a correction. Hour or so later, my blood sugar started to come down. My mood started to increase better. Now, again, if you are suffering from mental issues, is that the proper word? Get help and deal with it. I still think if you're having higher blood sugars, your brain is really wanting to work. Your whole body really isn't wanting to work. And I really started to notice this more and more. When I started to work in the office, I didn't really manage my blood sugars. I'd eat whatever I want. In the mornings I could come in and get things done. The afternoons after lunch, you all kind of got that slump. My blood sugars were going skyrocketing, sometimes hitting the 20s. And with my emotions went up. When I started watching my blood sugars and keeping them down lower, taking a correction dose when I needed to, I got a lot more done. My mind, I was able to concentrate. Again, with the high blood sugar, you're just not wanting to do anything. Low end emotions. If you have a low blood sugar, on the other hand, everything is, I need food, get me food, I gotta do it now. I can remember our office in the train department was down on the lower floor. And it kind of took a turn right at our door to head to the cafeteria. I would get up, walk towards the cafeteria, my arms would start flinching. And it would be a miracle I made it to the cafeteria to eat. And after that, I felt fine for a bit. And then, because it wasn't taking control, I didn't give insulin. I said, oh yes, I would. But I didn't give insulin. So, watch your emotions. If your blood sugar is high, be careful on how you're treating other people. I know you're not going to want it. But trust me, things will work better. Now, if you're mostly time in range, this probably won't affect you. If your blood sugars, or with me, are up for, I don't know, more than 4 hours, things can start to. Otherwise, I'm usually a happy-go-lucky guy. Blood sugars do play a role. Again, it's important that we control our diabetes to the best of our abilities. There is so much more that goes on. With that, have a super day, and we'll talk again. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.